Oh, shit. Here we go again. Worst place in the world.
Now, it was Labor Day weekend, so it was Tuesday, and I remember getting to class, and I was really tired. Loki didn't want to be there. But the second we walked into that classroom, the teacher's like, okay, class, today we're going to take a test. So we all hop onto our laptops, and we had to just sit there, and I'm going to be completely honest. For reading, it was mostly easy. But for math, the only thing that held that test together was my body half-assing and praying. Then, we go to lunch and stuff. When we go to the class, we're just chilling and stuff. Then we go to computer, and I got to make like some cool beats. You feel me? So I was low key happy. And then here I went home, so now I'm just here now, trying not to die. So basically on Wednesday, I just did the usual routine. Get to class, do some stuff. So then when we switched classes, we were just yabbering on about stuff, Some of us were quiet, some of us were talking. So then we got to lunch and stuff, and then after that we had PE, and we played, like, a game. Like, you had, like, these little baton thingies made of foam noodles, and it's like tag. But you can only walk on, like, the lines, because there's, like, our gym floor is also a basketball court, so we had, like, the lines, so we had to only be on those lines. But other than that, school ended. That sounds so stupid. So basically today was a normal day, so, like, we did the routine, but then, like, I don't know where we went to outside. We were about ready to go have recess, and then here all of a sudden they called in a shelter in place, so we all huddled into the cafeteria. So then, after we went to the cafeteria, we went back to our class, right? And then here after we went back to our class, we went to music class. And, like, a couple minutes through music class, all of a sudden it was a lockdown. Like, they put a lockdown. So we covered, like, everything, we turned off the lights and hid in the corner. And I just remember there was this one girl doing her work, and it was really funny because everyone was, like, trying not to laugh because people were just being stupid. But other than that, yeah, it was a pretty normal day. So basically on Friday, like, we started off the day normal. Then we had a shelter in place, which was very, very uncommon. But the guy over the speaker confirmed that he was, like, a part of the staff, and basically said it was a medical emergency. So we all had to, like, huddle up, shelter in place. Then here eventually it turned into a lockdown, which one of the front office ladies said. So we all had to turn off the lights. So we were all just hiding in the dark, right? But since I was, like, cramped, like, under this one little place, and Jason, aka the best friend ever, was just, like, sitting there, and poor guy, bro, his face was looking straight at my ass, and I was like, oh god, that's sad. But then here after a while of this random guy just moaning, we finally got out, and yeah, that was a weird time. But that was a pretty normal day compared to the other stuff, so I'm gonna go head out.